Hi, good morning. Just going to do a live to show you how to make a cake. So, I'm going to show you how to make this cake. It's a lemon cake. I'll just move the thing back so you can see. I think it's a bit too bright. So, it's a lemon cake. The light is shining off the machine. So, it's a lemon cake, if I push it back there. It's by Dr. Oetker. It's quite simple to make. It tells you on the back of the box what you need. So you need 150 grams of white butter. So because I won't be eating the cake, but I purchase this brand of butter, which is Rama. But I do also purchase cow butter for my family. But this is a plant fat. It's actually better for you than animal fats. So I need 150 grams, 150 grams of butter. So let's see if you can see if I move it over here. 150 grams. So you have a weighing scale underneath and you just flick it in. So that's 57 grams. So that's why you need to know about maths. So that's another, well, that's nearly 100. Let's see if that's 150 now. Doesn't want to come off the spoon. So that's about 143. See if we can get it to 150 now. Doesn't have to be precise. So that's 147. Hang on. 3 more grams of butter. Doesn't make a difference, but let's be precise. 149 grams of butter. Well, I guess this is 1 gram that's on the spoon, so it'll make it to 150. So that's made it to 150. So I'll just shove that in there because we'll need that for the, I'll put that in the, over there. So I'll just show you 150 grams of butter. So the next thing we need is 3 eggs, which I've already got here. So I've already cracked the eggs, 3 eggs. 3 eggs goes in. So the 3 eggs goes in. Just scoop the rest of the eggs out. Because it's messy cracking the eggs, so I've already got that ready. So just leave that there. And then the next ingredients, that's the thing that you weigh on. Weighing scales. So the next thing you need is 100 milk. I thought you needed 200. Just get rid of some of this water because I only need 100. Thought it was 200 for some reason. So the milk we're going to make from powder. So that's 150. So you can measure, because it's a measuring cup, 100 milk. So I'm going to put powdered milk. So the milk that I use is just powdered milk. I'm just going to get a spoon to put it in with. So, move it over here so you can see. So I put like about 1 and a little bit. Of powdered milk. And then using this tool, I use this to mix it with, hang on. So it does up into the phone. So I just use that and it just mixes it up. You don't have to use fresh. If you can't get fresh, you can use powdered milk. For baking, it's always better to use powdered anyway, rather than the fresh, because you don't know how long the fresh milk has been. So you just pour that into the bowl like that. Scoop it out with the spatula. You don't want to clog your dishwasher up with all this baking stuff as well. So that's that done. So the next thing you need is the actual packet mix. So in the packet comes, in the packet you have the icing sugar, which you'll put on last when you've cooked the mixture. And then you have the baking mix. So the icing sugar, this packet, is this part on the cake, the icing. So you don't need that right now. So we'll pop that back. pop the mixture into the cake. And what else we're going to put into the cake is something tropical. So stop all the things going everywhere. So that's the mixture. So just move. Can you see the machine if I put it there? So put the machine on. It's going to be a bit noisy now, so just put it on low. So it doesn't take long to I'll just show you. It doesn't take long to mix it. So I'm doing it on speed 2. So you can see speed 2. So I'm just mixing it a little bit because then I'm going to add this, which is pineapple pieces. So I just use a spoon to lift the top of the pineapple out. And what the pineapple does is it means you're adding fruit to it. Just squish it a bit. So there'll be noise there. So I'll just lift the thing up. And I'm going to add some pineapple. So the pineapple gives it the tropical flavour. Because it's lemon already, but I like to add pineapple because it gives it a bit more flavour to it. So that's the pineapple. I'm just draining out the juice because I don't want too much juice going in. This is just from Kaufland. No, it's not from Kaufland. It's from... You can get it from Kaufland, but this is from, I think it was from Netto or something. I'm not sure. Let me look. If it tells you on the back. No, it doesn't. So it's either from Netto or from Aldi, one of those. So basically you can get it from any shop, this pineapple tin. It doesn't have to be a certain brand. Just get one that says, let's see what it says on it. This one says, if you can read that, it says in Igenum Saft. That means it comes in pineapple juice. So try to purchase one that says in pineapple juice, not one that's got sulfites in it. Because you can become allergic to sulfites as well. So you want to put about half a tin of kind of just the fruit, not the juice. And then you can save the rest and just have it as a dessert. So I'll just show you. I've put about half a tin in. So as you can see, I've put about half a tin in there. So now we're going to finish mixing it. So you finish mixing it. So it'll just mix slowly there. And as it mixes, I'll just put it on fast so you can see. It doesn't take very long. Put that back there so then I can show you what it looks like in a second. So it doesn't matter that there's little chunks in there. So what you're aiming for is sun's shining so I can't see. So what you're aiming for is smaller chunks of pineapple in your mixture. So I'm going to show you what tin I'm going to use today. I'm going to use a metal tin rather than a silicone tin today. So just move these things out of the way. So this one is one that I purchased from, move that out of the way because you probably can't see it now. So I got this one it was from Aldi. It's a football one. Maybe if I put it there you can see it. It wasn't expensive. I can't remember the price because it was a while ago I purchased it. But they usually get them back in when it's football season. So it's just a football tin that I'm using. And this is what it looks like. So this is the actual tin. So it's like a football shaped tin. So I'm just going to grease it up. So I'm just going to use the butter from the spoon because there's butter on the spoon, so I can just use that up. If I need more butter, I'll Get some more from the tub. So you just want to, where the ridges are, you want to make sure that the ridges are got butter on it, because the ridges are where the baking gets stuck inside the ridges. And then I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the inside, and that will stop it from sticking as well. So I'm going to get a bit of plain flour and stick it on the edges, because that stops it from sticking to the actual tin. Because I find with metal tins the runny mixture sticks to it. So that's all the edges done in. Just going to get a bit of flour. So you just use plain baking flour, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just simple plain baking flour. So I'm going to use this bio flour which I have. And then you get a spoon. And then I'm going to get one of these, if I can find it, sieve. The right thing. Get the spoon. So I'm going to get a sieve and then just sieve it onto the top of the tin, rather than putting big lumps of flour on it. So if I hold this over here, then I can just lightly dust the flour over it. So that's me. So I'm just going to do this like this and just turn it as I go along. Don't know if you can see it. Maybe, hang on. If I move it this way, maybe you can see it. So what I'm doing is just slightly turning the tin while I'm shaking the sieve flour in the tin, because that's the easiest way of doing it, because it's a round shape. And that way you've got the flour evenly dusted inside. Like that. And then the rest you can just put it back in the bag, because you're using a clean sieve, so it's fine to do that. Just put the rest back and then put the spoon for washing. So, get the spoon out as well. Don't need that. So we'll need the spoon later. So that you can see it's all dusted inside ready. So now we need to get all the mixture off the these are all pineapple that's stuck to it. So we need to get all the mixture off before we pull the bowl off. So you just twist that off, get all this off. So the pineapple is stuck onto, you can do it in here actually. Just scoop it all off and put it in your bowl. It's just the pineapple chunks that's stuck onto the dough hook. The kneading whisk, I think. Kneading whisk, yeah. It's called a kneading whisk. The other one's called a dough hook. The one that you use for bread. There is 3 attachments that comes with this machine. The other one you use, I think, for bread as well. But I don't really use that one that often. I think the other one is for batter mix, actually. Batter mix. But I don't make much batter mix, apart from pancakes. But it's very rare I make pancakes. I just use this whisk instead, because it mixes it a lot better. But yeah, this machine is I've had it since I was in Dubai. So I've lived here 6 years, and I got it in Dubai. So I was it was about a year when I got it when I was in Dubai, and I lived there 2 years. But I got it after a year I lived there. So it's like, so this machine is about just over 7 years old. So this machine is like good quality. It's not like malfunctioning or anything. So if you invest in a good quality product, then it's going to last. So it's worth paying a little bit more for something that's going to last. So I'll just move that out of the way, and then I can move this here, and then get my bowl and move that there so you can see. So all you do is just pour it into your bowl, because that's moving. So you want to pour it evenly, so all you do is just pour it like this. It's not too difficult because it doesn't move that much. So you can see all the pineapple chunks in there. It doesn't matter that some of them are lumpy. But the reason why I add pineapple, it just gives it a nice tropical taste, because you don't want to keep making just lemon cake on its own, because it gets a little bit boring. And because it's lemon already, you just want to add a bit of tropical taste to it. Oops. So you just want to scoop all the mixture out. So that's why these silicone Spatulas are great because you can just scoop out all the mixture easily, like this. And that way you don't clog all your sink up as well. So that's goes into there. The reason why I'm making it in this as well, I want to show you a knife that I purchased that you use for cutting cakes. So once I've finished doing this, just move this out of the way. I'll just quickly rinse my hands down to show you. So professional bakers have all these special kind of tools. I'm not saying I'm a professional, it's just that I'm a hobbyist. So in Kaufland, I'll finish doing this first and then I'll talk about the knife that I've got. Just in case if you guys might want to cook cakes and stuff as well. So now I'm going to top it with shredded coconut. So all you do with the shredded coconut is you just want to dust it on top. And what that does, it helps gives it a golden brown taste. And then when you eat your cake as well, it just gives it a nice flavour. So all I'm doing is just dusting the top of it. And it just means you've got an extra piece of fruit in there as well. So that's that part done. So you can put as much as you want. Because this is the base of the cake, I'm just putting a lot on it. So I'll show you what I've done with it. Let's move this tin out. Right, I'll show you what I've done with the cake. So that's what I've done with it. I've dusted it with the... So let's see what it says on the what oven temperature. Then I'll talk about the knife in a minute. So it says heat your oven to 180 degrees, which I've started doing, and keep it at 160. But I've not put the fan on mine, so it should be okay. So I'll just take it across, put this in the oven, and then I'll come back and talk about the knife to you. So you heat it, you preheat it. So while you're mixing your cake up, you preheat your oven so it's nice and hot for when you put your baking in. So now it's nice and hot. I think I've got it on the wrong shelf. Just have to move the shelf down because I don't want it to get burnt. Just give me a minute while I move the shelf down. I forgot that this was a higher shaped tin. It needs to go on one shelf lower. Yeah, because you don't want to have your baking on the top shelf. It's on the middle shelf, it needs to go on the lower shelf below it. So it goes on the second shelf. And when it's on the second shelf, it means that it's not touching the top of the heating element. Because the heating element will burn the top of the cake and it means that it will not cook evenly. And you don't want a burnt cake, you want a perfect cake. That's nice and golden brown. And that's cooked evenly. And you don't want the middle part to be raw, so that's why it's gone on the shelf below. So I'll just clean the egg white off, like there's egg white on there before I talk about the knife. Yeah, so I'll just check how long it says to cook it. I usually cook it for about 30 to 35 minutes. It says on here, it says to cook it for, oh, but they're doing theirs in a long oblong tin. Can you see their oblong tin? They're cooking it for 60 minutes, which is quite a long time. And it's a much smaller tin as well. Let's see what size tin it is. Oh, it doesn't say. I think I just go by how I bake it. So just go by how you bake it. So don't worry too much. So I purchased this the other day in Kaufland. What day was it now? I think it was Friday. I'm not sure. Could be Friday or Thursday. Last week that when I went. So I purchased this. It's called. It's by a company called Zenka, which is a cake making company. So Zenka make baking tins, and they also make other things. So they make like these tins that go under the trays that go under the cake as well. So it's called Zenka Patisserie, the brand. Patisserie just means cakes, really. So they use this knife to slice the cakes. That's why I was interested in buying it, because I do have knives, but they don't seem to cut very So if you have these kind of things that cuts the cakes, if you're making cakes with different layers, like the black, in Germany they have a black forest, but there's a cake called Black Forest Gatto in England. We used to eat that one. So if you're interested in cutting the cakes evenly and making these thin sliced cakes, so they have this knife and it was reduced to €2.50. So I purchased it. I thought I'll try it out because it's not very expensive. I don't know how much it was originally. I'm not sure if it was €5 or €7.50. So that was a bargain, €2.50. So I thought I'd just try it out. So I got that. I thought I could try it on this football cake, cut it in half and then put the jam filling in the middle. So that's the knife. So basically, does it give any instructions? Oh, maybe at the bottom? No, it just gives you the companies at the bottom. It does have a QR code, but that's about it. So that's the knife I got. So on the cake, it just says, after you finish cooking it, it says with the large knife. Well, I've got my large knife now here. I've got a large knife, but that's for cutting it, not for decorating. Because it says you need a large knife for decorating the bottom part. It says mix the icing with hot water, not too hot though, in a little glass bowl, and then you cover it over the cake. But it doesn't say how much water though. Oh, so yeah, two teaspoons. At the top it says 2 teaspoons of hot water. But then at the bottom it gives you some instructions to make a different cake as well. It says creative recipe idea, citron, quark, Sarne, Schnitter. So it says lemon and quark is like a cheesecake. So you can make a cheesecake as well. Yes, but I don't like making cheesecake. So that's why I made the pineapple cake instead. And then you have your what do you call it? Your calories and things on the side. So if you're interested in knowing the calories, well, the pineapple's not included, but energy. So per 100 grams, you got 882 kilos of energy. That's without the pineapple. And then it's 17 grams of fat. 17 grams of fat is not too high. 4.8 grams of saturated fat. Carbohydrates, 49 grams per 100 grams. 30 grams of sugar. 5.3 grams of protein. And then you got your salt at 0.76. So it says this is for an adult with 2,000 calories intake a day. And then it has some more information at the front as well. It's got the same information at the front, but it's got percentages there, which helps. So energy is 11%, fat is 14%, the saturated fats is 14%, the sugar is 19%, and the salt is 7%. So if you have diabetes or you have any sugar-related illnesses, I suggest you don't eat this kind of cake. You get some sort of diabetic cake mix. And yeah, it contains, it tells you on the side what it contains. So this contains allergens, which are not good for people with allergies. So it says on the side it will contain egg and milk, which I'm allergic to, the milk. And it also contains white flour, which I'm allergic to as well, and some of these E numbers I'm allergic to as well. But you're probably wondering why I do baking. I do baking as a hobby, and I do the baking for my family. So my family eat all this, and friends, I do it for them. So that's that, and that's the knife. So remember, if you want to buy a knife, they do have it. It might not be in all Kauflands, but that's the Kaufland I saw it in. So I'll be back later to show you what the actual, once I've cut the cake and put the jam in and put the icing on, what it will look like. And if you're interested in knowing how to make any other cake, if you want me to show you, then just leave me a message on my on this IGTV video, because I'll put the IGTV video onto Instagram, and then you can leave a message on there and then tell me if you want me to show you a different kind of cake. So I want to wish you all a wonderful happy Monday and chase the Monday blues away.